Welcome to the March 26th Fine Art Preview. I'd like to start by showing you a work by Frank Stella. This is called Singerli Variation 4. It's from the Singerli Variation series, of which there were 6 works in total. And here we have an iconic shape by Stella. We have geometrical abstraction, bands of color, a nice minimalist work where what you see is what you see. Those are words of Frank Stella himself. And this is from a very low edition of only 100 in the series. This work is being offered at a $4,000 to $6,000 estimate. Up above, we have another work from the same collection. We have an Alexander Calder lithograph. Doesn't have quite the same value as he was pretty prolific with his prints. This here is from an edition of 150, estimated at $800 to $1,200. Here we have a work that came in on a walk-in Wednesday. This is by Zygmunt Menkes, a Polish-born Jewish painter who emigrated to New York in the 1930s. And he was an expressionist artist, which is what we have here. We have just suggested forms, colors, and shapes of still life with a pineapple and other fruit. A very dirty painting, needs cleaning. It's in a state fresh condition, but what I love here is the palette. We have wonderful use of complementary colors. We have the blues against the oranges and yellow tones of the fruit, nice highlights there, and an old label on the back. This work is being estimated at $2,000 to $4,000. Now down below, this is actually from the same collection as the Stella and the Calder that I showed you before. We have 3 ceramic works by Jean Cocteau. Of course, the very famous playwright, novelist, poet, and artist. Each one of these pieces is signed on the back, signed on the front, and you can see, and from an edition of 50. This one here is a bit dirty and does need some cleaning. The other pieces are in nice shape. You can see all of them are signed and from the edition of 50. Here I'll show you this one in the round because we've got a wonderful face on the back of the work as well, and signature down here. They're all estimated around $1,000 to $1,500 or so. Out of a local estate, we have an oil on canvas by Konstantin Clarke. Clarke was a Russian-born painter known for his French scenes. So here we have a Paris cafe. This is the Carousel at Restaurant Saint Laurent. Wonderful decorative painting in a post-impressionist style. This is estimated at $2,000 to $3,000. Now up above here, I want to show you a work by Roy Lichtenstein. This is an offset lithograph and silkscreen from an edition of 200. It was executed in 1971, published by the artist and Gemini for the Museum of Modern Art. We have these wonderful iconic Ben-Day dots that are quite recognizable in Lichtenstein's work, taken from his comic strip pieces. This is being offered at a $5,000 to $7,000 estimate. Down below we have another pop art work. This is by Tom Wesselman, and he's known for his very simplified female forms, often using just lips and erogenous zones, quite sexualized, but this is a work done for the Metropolitan Opera Fine Art Portfolio, and this is his representation of Lulu, but still a very intimate portrait of a woman facing front out at the viewer. This is signed in the lower right corner, and this is also from the edition of only 250. This is being offered at a $3,000 to $5,000 estimate. One more piece I'm going to show you in this room, and that's a small little bronze. This also came out of a local estate. This is by Ellie Nadelman. And Nadelman's bronzes and drawings really were almost verging on abstraction. And you can see just the wonderful use of line and form here, the way he's used just 3 small squiggles to represent the hair and angular lines in the face. I'm going to show you the entire head because it's just such a wonderful use of line. And here we have the signature down along the edge. Really nice patina. This is being offered with a $6,000 to $9,000 estimate. We've been handling the estate of a New York gallery dealer, and I'd like to show you one work from that collection. Up above, we have a painting by Robert Goodnow. He was a second-generation abstract expressionist painter, and this is called Color Shapes, executed in 1975, and that's exactly what it is. We have these very precise blocks of color, but they sort of represent a movement across the canvas, almost looking like a flock of birds. So a nice airy piece. This work is being offered at a $1,500 to $2,500 estimate. We have several contemporary paintings that I'd like to show you. This first one here is by Eric Freeman. It's a very large oil on canvas done in 2007 called Shift. And his works are almost abstract expressionist pieces, but sort of op art works. I know when we were photographing this, the camera almost had trouble focusing on it because it's quite dizzying in the way he blends his colors. There's no evidence of the painter in this piece. Nice, smooth, and thin application of paint. This piece is offered at a $3,000 to $5,000 estimate. Here we have another work from the New York dealer. This is by Charles Dufresne, a very large, almost 7 by 9 foot oil on canvas. It's called After the Hunt, done by the French Art Deco and allegorical painter. And that's what we have here, a wonderful decorative allegorical scene. We have many different figures and animals throughout the work. The artist was actually in Algeria in 1912. This was painted in, we believe, 1914. So you can see some influences from his stay there and an almost fauvish use of color in this work. It's signed down in the lower center of the painting and heavily inscribed on the back. There's an old French gallery label on the back of the work indicating this might have been exhibited in a Paris salon in 1914. This very large painting is being offered at $6,000 to $9,000. We have a really beautiful oil on panel, an old master painting. This is a crucifixion scene, and there's just such fine qualities to this old painting. We think it may be as early as 18th century, done on a hand-carved panel. There is cradling on the back of the work, and such fine details in the faces. Might possibly be a Dutch work. Of course, no signature. And it's housed in this devotional case you can see here. So it might have been someone's private devotional painting. A fine craquelure throughout and a yellowing to the varnish, but really a superb work. You can look on the website for some detailed photos. This is being offered modestly at $800 to $1,200, but we think it may exceed that estimate. One last piece I'd like to show you, also from the estate of the New York gallerist, is this painting on canvas. This is a large oil by Emile Noiro. Here we have a shepherd in landscape just at dawn, and you can see it's a very delicate painting despite its size, with really fine lines and wonderful light peeking through the trees, suggesting sunrise. We still have the crescent moon up above. A really lovely work, also with heavy inscriptions on the back. May have been exhibited at a Paris salon as well. This is being offered at a $1,500 to $2,500 estimate. We have nearly 100 pieces of fine art in this sale, so please look at our online catalog and come in for viewing this weekend, and we'll see you Sunday the 26th. Thanks.